Hi everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Tax Tips channel. My name is Cherry Chen, a chartered professional accountant located in Ontario, Canada. And I'm on a mission to become the Google map for hardworking Canadians seeking financial freedom. And today we're extremely lucky to have Francois Lanthier here, and he's my client of a few years now.
Almost 4.
Yeah. I wanted to say like almost 5 years. I feel like for quite a long period of time. So he has a very interesting story and how he essentially moved from different part of the country to now potentially moving outside of the country. So, but before I get started, make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like our video, or hit the subscribe and share button if you want to stay on top of the latest tax tips. Now with that, let's welcome Francois. So I'll let you introduce yourself properly. I didn't do the justice.
Thank you. Yeah, it's quite a long, you were writing down some notes and it's a bit crazy. So yeah, I started out in Ontario. I'm Franco-Ontarian, so a lot of people don't know that.
Oh.
I was born in Toronto, July 4th, 1980.
Oh, you're giving out your whole birthday.
Yeah, the whole birthday, which is a bad thing. But anyway, but yeah, I was born there, and yeah, I speak French as a first language, but I was always in Ontario. People think I'm from Quebec or France or somewhere, but always Ontario.
Oh.
So I started in 2006 investing. I did slow flips in Ontario, so I would move into the house, renovate it, and over a few years sell it. But the real investment started in 2014 when my dad passed away, and my mom needed a place to live in. She had her house, but it was too big, but didn't want to sell it. She's like, I want a place to rent. And at that time, I sold a house, and I had a big mortgage penalty. So the bank, TD, I will quote them, said, hey, if you buy another place, you will get that penalty back. And that penalty was my down payment.
So that was the reason why you got into long-term investment.
That's all really, and I'm like, oh, my mom, she can't be too bad as a tenant, so I was wrong, but but anyway, she asked, oh, I need help watering my plants, and it just went on and on. So I learned a lot as a landlord with my mom.
Oh, okay.
And then I started buying more. So in Cornwall, Ontario, so it's about an hour of Ottawa where we are right now. But then I got priced out. I found prices were increasing in Ottawa and other areas. So I looked at New Brunswick, and I did very well there for a few years. I still have properties in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
And yeah, then you want the rest of the story?
Well, first of all, I want to clarify that we are actually physically located in Ottawa. There's nothing so Ottawa about this room, but we are physically located in Ottawa. So it's such a treat for me to be able to sit down with my client and meet with Francois, myself. I feel like it's such a treat. And you have such an interesting story because you started in Ontario and then gradually got priced out. And then learn everything. Is your mom, first of all, is your mom still your tenant?
No, I sold that condo years ago.
And then you asked her to...
She stayed. So she actually got creative financing. So her new spouse bought it for her, and she's still the tenant.
Oh, good for her. So good for her. So then what brought you to New Brunswick to begin with, the price point?
Yeah, price point, the cash flow, it just made sense. Great opportunities as well in New Brunswick. I saw prices were increasing, and I did very well in that province.
So, but then I heard that you moved there only for a few months.
Yes, so I love New Brunswick so much that I wanted to move there, and I stayed there for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Oh, not even a few months. I got the information wrong.
No, 6 weeks. So just wasn't for us. We're more city people, and yeah, the biggest city there is Moncton. Yeah, the kids didn't want. Amazon Prime was too slow, things like that. So.
We do have the developed country syndrome. Like,
yes,
we're so used to these like things that we take it for granted.
We do. So yeah, we loved it there. People are so friendly. It's beautiful, but just wasn't for us. So we came back to Ottawa.
And you still have property there.
Yes. Yeah.
My understanding is that they just imposed this rent control thing there.
About a year ago, yeah, it's 3.8% rental increase, which is a lot more than Ontario. And you can evict tenants for not paying very quickly. So
So
I
it's
still like the laws. I think they're quite favorable still.
Oh, okay. So you still have properties there.
Yes.
What are the entry point in terms of pricing, like purchasing, like say a lot of our audience actually purchase duplex.
Yes.
So what's the purchase price for a legal duplex over there?
Yeah, it's not that cheap anymore. So I'd say around 200,000 to 300,000. So I mean, it's cheap compared to the GPA.
Oh yes, 300,000. And then what about the rent? How much can you get for rent?
So rent, you'd probably get 1,300 per unit. So you could cash flow with that $300,000 duplex. You could find bargains that will need to be fixed. But 300K, you'd have something that's kind of turnkey in St. John's, maybe Moncton if you look carefully as well. So great province to look at. And I would recommend bigger, like more multiplex. You do way better for sure.
Oh, okay. So how do you manage those property? Like you were only there for 6 weeks.
Yes.
So
that's another crazy story. I have virtual assistants in the
Yeah.
Philippines that help me manage in New Brunswick my
okay.
properties. So I have people on site. They're paid by commission, so it's kind of every time they go, and then my VAs help coordinate everything with tenants, payment follow-ups, things like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There is property management. I just personally have not found a good company yet. There might be one, but I haven't had that experience.
So essentially, you just kind of build your own
Yes.
management system
Exactly.
within your group of people. Like you have virtual assistant helping you, and then you have the local ground people that help you, and that get paid to really manage the property as well.
Show units or fix things,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
So like, how often do you need to go there?
Personally, I haven't gone back in 2 years, so so maybe once every few years. That's it, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I mean, you've done quite a bit in New Brunswick, and you venture out throughout our earlier conversation. I understand that you venture out all to like Alberta.
Yes, so New Brunswick prices went up, and then there's rent control, things like that. So I started looking at Alberta, another province that's very landlord friendly.
Yeah.
And I invested in Calgary, in Edmonton, in small towns in between. And I love Alberta. Great province, huge. Right now, prices are going up in Alberta, unlike parts of Ontario and the rest of Canada. So great province.
Yeah, Alberta, I mean, there's always signs on, I remember seeing headline advertisement on TTC platform, Alberta is calling you or something like that. So
it is calling, and it's calling nurses and high salary people. All the trades and stuff are moving to Alberta.
Yeah.
So when you rent, your tenant base is much higher end. People are staying there, then they want to buy a house, and it's a nice tenant base.
Tell us a little bit about that then. Like you buy in Alberta, and what's the rent? Like how much is the entry point for the same duplex that we're talking
Much higher. So you're probably at 500,000-600,000 for the same kind of duplex. Mm-hmm. But the sweet spot in Alberta is to buy a house and then duplex it yourself.
Yeah.
So the cities are very favorable. They want duplexing and densification. Rent is fairly low.
Yeah.
So similar to New Brunswick.
Oh, really?
Maybe 1,500 for this. So cash flow is tougher in Alberta. Property taxes are lower than in New Brunswick, which really helps. Utilities and other things too.
So then that's Alberta in general, right?
Yes.
500 to 600,000. I've heard those stories before as well among all of our clients.
Yeah.
And we got some clients that also invest in New Brunswick, some invest in Alberta. And okay, so that's just part of the journey. I'm sorry. There's like 5 stops that we need to make all across the globe on this conversation. So your next stop is Michigan.
Yes.
So
Detroit, Rock City, huge opportunity. I found it similar to New Brunswick. New Brunswick is nicer, obviously, but really low prices. You can buy properties. I don't buy the distressed properties, so I bought a single house for 150,000 US, and rent is 1,500. So 1% rule. Which I think works, but there you have to buy cash or be creative. You can get financing, but it doesn't cash flow if you get financing.
Oh, it doesn't cash
right
flow.
now.
Yeah. Oh, because of the interest rate.
Yeah, it's gone up a lot. When I bought, the interest was much lower, so
Yeah.
it did cash flow, but right now it's a tougher market.
Well, in any case, like whether you buy here or buy in Alberta or even in New Brunswick or even Michigan, we are all facing the same problem, the interest.
Cash flow and
Yeah,
interest, yes.
interest, high interest rate, right?
That's why I
So
pivoted.
how are you pivoting? Because your next stop that we have to make around North America is Florida.
Yes, so Florida, I went the short-term route.
Mm.
So short-term rentals, there's higher cash flow. And Florida is I find it's kind of a bargain state. It's cheaper than California, but you're getting kind of California weather and
Yeah.
beautiful weather. And
So how's where about in Florida did you buy?
near Orlando, so
Oh.
Davenport, so
Oh.
vacation homes for Disney people and Universal Studios and
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing because we just came back, not just, but last year we went to Universal Studio, Disney with our girls.
good.
It's a girls trip, and then yeah, it is an interesting vibe to go to Disney last year. It was still COVID, a little
Oh,
bit of
yeah.
COVID, right? So
Very
Yeah.
different.
So your short-term rental, we've seen some of our clients not cash flowing with short-term rental on Airbnb and all that. Like, how's your short-term rental like? What's your rent on average in Florida?
Yeah, so I'd say we have a big house, 7 bedrooms, 5
What?
bathrooms.
Wow.
Yeah. So we bring in about $300 US per night. So I think it's quite good.
$300 a night?
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Well, that's it. If you think about it, like a hotel room is
For
just not
7
that far
bedroom,
off.
yeah.
So people go in, multi-families. They go with grandma or a big family, 2 brothers or whatever, and we get large groups. So that's why we picked larger to cater to groups. And,
Yeah. So then, what are your average monthly rental income?
I'd say so 300 a night, probably at around 7,000 a month.
7,000 US dollars a month?
Yes.
That's really good.
Yeah.
How much is your purchase price though?
We paid 525,000 for the house.
That's nothing.
No, that's it. A huge mansion for 525 with a pool and everything. It's
Oh, that's amazing.
in a gated community.
And
just
then, but then you have the condo fees.
Yes,
Yes.
HOA,
Yeah.
fairly expensive.
Yeah.
But
How much is the HOA fees?
this one, we shopped around, so be careful if you're in Florida, but we were paying $320 a month for HOA.
That's nothing.
Yeah, most are more around 700-800. So this one offers fewer services, but I think it's enough for that price.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And then you still have this property is a cash flowing property, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably left with 2,000 a month. at
Oh,
the
that's
end.
really good. Yeah. So who does the management for you?
It's law in Florida, so I can't self-manage. So we have a property management company down there.
Oh, you can't self-manage.
Yeah, it's a law. You have to either live in Florida or have someone that's actually physically there.
So how much are you paying the PM?
It's
Percentage, right?
it's a percentage, but I get most of the bookings, so I'm savvy and frugal.
Yes.
So it's a flat fee. It's $125 a month, and then if you get the booking, they don't charge anything further.
Oh,
So I get my VAs to get the bookings, and then that's it. I pay them $125, and that's it.
wow, $125, eh?
Yes.
And that's really nothing.
No, most people it's 20%, 15. I've seen up to 33%.
Yeah.
So it can be a lot.
Yeah, and then, so what does that include though, the property management? Do they arrange like cleaning for you
Yes.
and all that?
Yeah, so cleaning is separate. It's
Yeah.
$195 each time because it's a really big house.
Yeah.
But they organize it. Pool cleaning as well. So
They organize that too.
yeah, they have a team that's separate. That's $90 each time they go. There's a team that cleans the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, technical stuff. If like the internet went down the
They
other
will
day,
still go.
they went. Yeah, for the $125.
They still go.
They still go. Yes.
But they don't charge you extra too.
No, if
That-
they need to fix things, yes. But the internet, no.
That's really good deal.
It really
125
is.
is really good deal. In that case, like people are saying in Florida, the insurance is going up. I know
It's
like
high.
Orlando is different, but Orlando is more more north and more inland. But how is that insurance?
It's expensive. We're paying around $5,200 a year for insurance because of the wind problems and, of course, Florida, there can be hurricanes and flooding, overland flooding, which is a big thing in Florida.
Have you ever experienced that?
No, not so far, but I mean, it's a recent acquisition, so
but
we'll see.
It's also in Orlando, so it's a little bit
That's
less
why,
prone to these natural,
hurricanes. That's why we chose that area.
Yeah, so less maintenance. What about, I had a friend last year, I went to Florida to visit. She's also a real estate investor. She told me that in Florida, it's, for Florida properties, it's either properties to be termite, to be affected by termite, or it's already been affected by termite.
Yes.
So, like, are you accounting for, have you experienced that yet?
No, but most construction is cinder block for the first floor, and then the second floor is wood, so that's where you could have some issues.
Yeah.
But they do spray once a month. It's part of the HOA for like termites and rodents and pests.
Oh, so that's part of it?
Yes, part of the HOA. So if it's a separate house, like not in an HOA, then you need to do all that. So
oh, okay.
it's something to, there's a lot to the
hers
HOA.
is also in
an HOA, like a condo or a resort. And they don't include it.
Yeah, I guess depending on the HOA,
board.
the board and how they come up with, But for $320, that's really good.
Yeah, we get internet, phone, and cable as well. So.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
And valet garbage, which is not a thing here, but they actually bring the garbage bin to the street and then back to the house. So they do a lot.
Oh, wow, this is a good deal. Maybe you can share with me where you're buying.
Sure, yeah.
This is good deal. Like, sounds great. But how do you get financing on these properties?
Yeah, so as a Canadian, there's several banks that are in the U.S., like TD financed for us. So in Canada, you can't have more than, it's 4 mortgages total, including U.S. So let's say you have 2 or 3, then TD will approve you. That's a vacation home. They'll go up to 80% loan to value, which is quite good. You need to put 20% down and closing costs and all that.
Yeah, so the what's the interest rate like?
We're at 5.2 fixed for 35 years. So
what, 35 years?
in the U.S., when you get a mortgage, you're locked in forever. So until the end. Like you could get out every 5 years, but the interest rate, let's say you got in at 2, then you'd be in for the whole duration, which is amazing.
Oh, wow.
That's why Michigan worked out for me. I got a great mortgage rate back in the day. So.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And there's several other banks. There's
RBC. I understand.
National Bank, Bank is in Florida. Desjardins, if you speak French, or
no, I don't. Hopefully, they still
they
take me as
in English.
client.
Yes, they have great terms. Desjardins. It's more Miami area.
Oh, okay, cool. That's really, really interesting. Okay, now we're going from Florida. We need to go to Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. So if you look on the map, I keep going down.
Yeah.
So Dominican, awesome country. Opportunities are great for pre-construction. So if you reserve a house or a condo, you can get financing. Scotiabank is in Dominican Republic.
Oh my God!
So up to 60% loan to value. So it keeps dropping, but great terms. Mortgages around 5.2% interest. It's all the vacation home programs. That's what they do. Is you can only get one. But you could get a joint venture partner and kind of wiggle in another unit.
We won't tell Scotiabank that.
Don't.
But what's your entry point price for these pre-construction? What kind of homes are you buying?
Yes. So the first one we bought is a semi-detached, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, with what they call a picuzzi. So it's a small swimming pool, jacuzzi in the back.
Yeah.
$150,000 for the place, brand new.
But we're talking about US dollars, though.
Yes, always US outside of Canada.
Yeah, so then that's about $200K.
Yes.
How much can you rent it out for?
I'd say $150 a night, probably US in high season. low season, you'll drop like probably $75, $80 a night.
And I mean, has it been closed yet?
No, it's being built. Like I keep getting pictures and it's going up, but
cool,
I haven't seen it yet.
That's crazy. Like, so, okay, we're done Dominican Republic. I'm sorry, I say Dominion.
That's okay.
My bad. Dominican Republic, we're done there. And then the next stop around the world is Dubai.
Yes, or Costa Rica if you want to go down.
No, let's go to Dubai
okay.
first because I know
More exciting.
Costa Rica is the last stop, which we will cover.
Okay.
But Dubai, coincidentally, one of my best friends just came from Dubai for a visit.
Wow.
She's lived there for probably maybe 15, 17 years now.
Oh my.
After we graduated from Waterloo, and then she chose to move her career there. Her husband works in Dubai as well, in Saudi Arabia, in that side of the world.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what brought you to Dubai?
So this one is a little more crazy, but it's taxes. So Dubai, I know as a Canadian, you get worldwide taxation.
Yes.
That's a separate conversation. But Dubai has really good tax incentives.
Yeah.
There's no capital gains.
Yep.
There's no personal income tax.
Yep.
And it's booming. It's crazy. It's your friend, 17 years, she must have seen it from kind of a quieter place to just insane now. Like everything's doubling. So again, pre-construction opportunities, they call it buying off-plan. It's more British, the way it's set up.
Yep.
And you put a down payment. It's Islamic law as well, so there's no interest on those payment plans. And many things you can buy and pay after you got the keys. So you get like 3 years maybe after, post-handover they call it. Those are hard to get, but if you get the good realtor, they will stand in line for you. And usually places sell within a minute or two. Like a whole skyscraper will sell within seconds or minutes.
Oh, so then you're buying pre-construction condo there now.
Yes. Yeah. There's houses, townhomes. That's a really sweet spot if you can get a villa or townhouse.
But what's your condo there?
Condo, we got a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo. For around $480,000 US in a great spot.
But then you just need to put the down payment, and then you don't pay.
Well, you pay construction phases.
Okay.
So,
like my understanding from my friend, we just had this conversation not too long ago because she bought 2 pre-construction homes.
Cool. Okay.
Like detached home. One is semi-detached, the other is detached, and they're crazy pricing.
Yes.
And it's hard to get, and it has gone up substantially in value since pre-construction day. But my understanding is that you have to pay in full. So let's say the purchase price is $480. It's not $480. I don't remember off the top. And she also bought bigger houses, like a couple bigger houses. And so let's say it's $480. Like during the duration of the construction, she has to come up with the $480 in total.
Yeah.
And you have to somehow come up with the money. At closing, she can then get financing.
Yes, exactly. There is financing up to 60%, but it needs to be existing.
Yeah.
They don't finance on speculation. So, you got to come up with the cash. There are some post-handover deals, but it won't be like detached homes. Those are way too hot. So condos you can get after the construction, you can still get financing.
But what kind of rent are you looking at?
So this one we don't want to rent it. We want to sell it once it's finished. Because it's 480 something, but we were told it'll be worth another 200,000 by the time it's finished.
Oh, okay.
Because of the location and things like that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Rent, it could work out, but I don't think it would cash flow very well. You should look at homes. I think you'd do better.
Oh, okay, cool. That's an interesting diversification.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of geographical location as well as like...
It's a great spot on the way to Asia or somewhere else, so if you travel a lot.
Absolutely. So now we cover all the investment properties that you have, right?
No, there's more.
Where?
Costa Rica.
Yes, that's the next stop. Like pretty much everything outside of Costa Rica.
Yes.
Yes, so now you're on to Costa Rica. And you're moving there at least for
a few months.
A few months. And testing out the water.
Yes.
We have clients who are in Costa Rica to begin with.
Cool.
So you like what brought you to Costa Rica?
The lifestyle, it's just amazing. I know I spoke about New Brunswick and it being quieter.
Yep.
There it's even quieter and calmer, but it's just beautiful. The sunsets, the days are the same year round. The sunset, sunrise is always the same.
Yeah.
Very predictable, which I like. And the food is just amazing. And of course the real estate. Real estate is, I think it's quite affordable. It's not cheap, but you can do well. Property taxes are super low.
So, okay, we are the one that gets into the details. So,
Yes.
like, what's the real estate purchase price and what kind of properties are you looking at?
Yeah, so I'll use the first property I got so far. I have more, but the first one I paid $250,000 for what's like a detached townhouse. So 2 stories.
How is it detached townhouse?
Yeah, it's what's like a thin, tall house. So it's 2 stories, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. But I find it looks like a townhouse, but not attached.
Oh, okay, detached house. But
Yeah.
more like Toronto style, kind of like
Narrow.
force it to fit into the lot
That's
type of
it.
the style. Yes, okay.
And then there, because they have those concrete fences, the house is built right up to it. So it feels kind of like a townhouse, but it's a detached house.
Oh, okay. It's totally like the Toronto houses.
Yeah, I'm very
essentially.
Ottawa. We have space and land around it.
Yes, yes. Okay, so 250, 3-bed, 2-bath.
Yes.
So, are there any amenities? Are there?
Yeah, it's part of a mini HOA, Homeowners Association.
Yeah.
So there's a shared pool. I chose to go that way because I'm quite far, so I thought it would be great to have other people maintain it. I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, there's that. There's a rancho, so it's like an open air gazebo with a barbecue and washrooms.
It's really like a townhouse complex.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Except that your house is detached.
It's detached by about a foot from the neighbor.
So then, how much can you rent this for?
So this one I'm getting about $200 US per night.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, it's very basic, it's simple. We didn't go big because I didn't know the country yet, so I wanted to test it out.
So that $200 per night, what do you do, like on average, how much are you getting on a monthly basis?
Monthly, I'd say around $4,000 or $5,000 per month during high season. Low season, it drops for sure. It's still rented, but it rains quite a bit in Costa Rica, so.
Yeah.
But in low season, I actually rent it out to Ticos, which are the locals.
Yeah.
They love it. They come from San Jose, which would be like Toronto going to Muskoka. That's kind of what they do, but they go to Playas del Coco, where I'm investing.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. That's amazing. And the reason why you go to Costa Rica, other than the weather, is also taxes, right?
Yes. So Costa Rica is a territorial tax regime. So unlike Canada, if you end up with their tax residency, whatever you earn outside of it is not taxed. So of course you need to plan. That's kind of why Dubai is on the list, to get a corporation there. And anyway, complicated things, consult your accountant before doing it. But yeah, I think it's got a very favorable tax regime, and it's monthly taxes there, which is kind of neat. You're always up to date. You always know where you're heading.
Yeah, like that's crazy. These are all crazy stories, crazy journey as well. I'm hoping, and actually, for those of you who are interested in investing in Costa Rica, you're hosting a conference. Don't worry guys, there is plenty of time to book your tickets to join the conference. When's the conference happening?
Yeah, January 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, 2024.
Yeah.
Investinpuravida.com. If you check out my website, you can see testimonials from the past one, because this is our 2nd edition.
Yeah.
And we're going to be having everybody, hopefully Cherry as well. It'd be awesome, but we have everything there: financing, lawyers, properties, and exercise, and we're doing all kinds of things. So it's
Oh,
going to be
that's
lots of
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Like I'm like excited. I have to get permission from my husband.
Yes.
Believe it or not, I do have to get my
That's a
husband's consent.
family
Yes.
thing as well. So.
Yeah, so bring your family, essentially.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had kids last time that were there. They had a great time. Monkeys are everywhere, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, January is also a beautiful time
It
as
really
well.
is.
Yeah, we're going to include your information and the link to the registration in our YouTube description as well.
Okay.
So before I drag on for too long, I know you're busy. You have a busy day as well. My last question to you is like you are investing in all these different countries.
Yes.
I would say last two questions. I always come up with something else. Like, which country is your favorite?
Costa Rica for sure.
Costa Rica so
Yeah.
far?
The people are friendly. If you learn Spanish at all, it's just wonderful. It's, yeah, a beautiful place.
Are you going to learn Spanish?
Sí, por supuesto, yo hablo español.
Okay, I have no answer to that.
So
Obviously,
yes, I do.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then what's the biggest lesson from all these years of investing?
Not to be afraid to make some bold moves. So a lot of people are kind of scared and they want to stay in this area. I know this place. I say the opposite, like throw away caution and
Okay.
go crazy because you never know what's going to happen. So
Yeah. So that's.
I know I'm talking to an accountant. So.
I know I'm totally a risk taker at the same time, but I tend to be the former one that you described. Like, oh, I know this area. I don't have to think. I'll
Yes.
just invest there because it's easy for me.
Yeah.
So like this is a lot of hard work. Okay.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. So I mean, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I do want to ask, like probably a little bit personal, is that like what's the biggest failure so far that everyone can learn from?
Absolutely. I bought some duplexes in Cornwall, Ontario, and I had some bad tenants. And I had to go to the landlord and tenant board and that whole story. So biggest failure, tenant screening. I didn't do enough. I was self-managing. I wanted to save on property management. And I got bad tenants for 18 months that didn't pay. So
Oh no.
yeah, that was really rough. So do invest in tenant screening if you're welcoming people. That's really important. So
Yeah, I agree. Yes. Yes.
it's the key to success, tenant
Oh.
screening. Even short-term rentals.
Even short-term rental.
Yeah, Airbnb, you can put your settings that they need so many stars or ratings. You can get people that trash your place. So
Oh wow.
yeah, big time, and that's expensive. So
Yeah. No, this is fantastic. Like, thank
Good.
you so much for coming on, and it's such
my
a
pleasure.
like it is a treat. Like I said before, I don't have better words to describe it because I don't get to connect with clients that are outside and actually learn from you guys as well, nearly as much as some of the people who visit us at the office. So I'm so happy to be here, to be talking to you and
Yes.
sharing your story and your amazing journey. I'm also very honored to be part of it as well. So like witnessing all of these. So yeah, so if you like our video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and then also hit the subscribe button. And if you want to find out more about where Francois' next journey is, you can stay in touch with him. All his Instagram handle and all his website will be included as part of the YouTube description as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yes, until next time, happy Canadian real estate investing.